The laws are favorable to women, but the government is not implementing it at all. This is a platform for these government officials who are going to be part of this meeting to really be put, to have commitments into doing something in changing the story of women and land. My motivation of taking part in the Kilimanjaro initiative was, my passion to see the voices of the rural women heard. Looking through the commitments and the pace at which these countries are implementing or domesticating the Charter. And going by the example of Rwanda and Malawi, it is a choice and it's a question of goodwill by the governments to really take women's land rights agenda as a priority in their countries, and also a learning opportunities for those countries which have not yet gotten to the point of even domesticating the Charter itself.
Leo madai yetu hayapo kama Tanzania. Madai yetu yanakuwa kama ni Afrika na dunia kwa ujumla. Kwa hiyo tunawakilisha wanawake wa Tanzania, wa Afrika na wa dunia nzima kwamba tuna haki ya kumiliki ardhi na tuna haki ya kumiliki rasilimali za taifa letu, za mataifa yetu. Sisi kama wanawake, si kwa kutumia tu ardhi, tumetumia miaka mingi. Tunalima kila siku, tunazalisha, lakini mwisho wa siku hatuna maamuzi na ile ardhi.
Madai yetu tuliyakabidhi kwenye serikali yetu, na serikali yetu ya Tanzania imechukua hatua mbalimbali kuhakikisha wanawake wanamiliki ardhi. Bado kuna changamoto za wanawake kumiliki ardhi. Baadhi ya mila na desturi, baadhi ya makabila hawajakubali kuwa wanawake wamiliki ardhi.
It's been quite a struggle, and the fact that women have to go to the top of Africa to call on leaders, it's actually quite a shame. They've come here basically to send a message to decision makers, right? People in power who should be working for them, not for multinational companies. So big chunks of land from Africa are being sold. There's land grabs happening and so on. And governments should be working for the women.
A lot of the struggles will remain. A lot of women, small-scale farmers are still struggle with access to land. You look at climate change and how communities are struggling to adapt to the impacts of climate change. At the same time, on this continent, there's still a lot of land grabbing, there's still a lot of extractive and fossil fuel projects that have a major impact on women and especially small-scale farmers where they kicked off their land and so on. I think definitely a greater protection, both in terms of the law, but also governments just doing the right thing to ensure that they're standing behind women.
If you go to the land board, you'll get that this person has the title, but accessing it is a bit difficult. That's why we want these policies that are there, that they're just in papers, but we want them to be fully implemented.
Today we see some progress in most parts of Africa with regards to real access of land for women. This has been achieved through a little more follow-up by governments and working with communities through their leaders and civil society. However, a lot of work needs to be done when it comes to full implementation of policies on land rights in Africa to address injustices and to achieve gender equality.
We do most of the activities on the land, yet when policies and issues are being made concerning land, we lack on the table. It's only the men who are there. Because possibly there are more opportunities to be there. Now we feel like it's time to wake up so that we show them we are here. Recognize us, use us, we have the brains, we have the IQ, we can do it. So the major reason why we are up this hill this morning is particularly to come and let Africa know that we are demanding for our own land rights.
We are having a serious change towards land inheritance for women because currently the Supreme Court has ruled and it is to the favor of our women. Not only that, the House of Assembly has legislated the ownership of land for women. It has been passed into law, although most of our women have never assessed that. But we know that gradually it will go to every house because it's not an easy exercise, but we know that it can come to pass with our serious effort and work.